Hello, Internet. Paper Duck here. Potatoes. I love potatoes. I honestly don't think there's a single person out there who doesn't love potatoes in some form. I mean, they're one of the most versatile vegetables. You can mash them, fry them, put them in a stew. Oh, sorry. I have a bit of a dry throat this time around. Anyway, potatoes. Absolutely delicious. Hands down my favorite vegetable. Root vegetable, in fact. Yeah, the roots and the vegetables. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, potatoes are absolutely delicious. Sometimes I'll just microwave a potato and eat it. Nobody can stop me. They're also very nutritious. One of the most nutritious foods in the world, in fact. So nutritious, from what I hear, you can live off of just potatoes and cheese. And that's it. You just live off of that. In fact, I think Ireland's been doing it for years. So much so, in fact, the Great Famine is kind of what screwed them over. Arguably, the only other vegetable that has so much versatility would be the tomato. And yes, I know the tomato is technically a fruit, but I consider it a vegetable because, well, it tastes like a vegetable, so it's a vegetable to me. Really, just think of how many tomato-based products there are. I mean, you have ketchup, tomato sauce, of course, spaghetti sauce, and probably a slew of others that I can't just think of off the top of my head. And you got vegetables like the onion. Let's deal with the onion. Also, I never really understood the difference between onions and garlic. Onions just... I know onions are bigger than garlic, but garlic always just felt like a much smaller onion. But we're also forgetting the most... We're also forgetting the most versatile liquid, water. You gotta drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Very important part of the day. I do a huge oopsie at this section. There I go. Instant dead. My AI partner doesn't have as much luck the second time around. Gets a few shots off and instantly burned to death. Anyway, where was I going? Ah, yes, water. Delicious water. Make sure to drink at least 2 glasses a day. I always try to drink at least a glass every 2 hours, in fact. Or, I try, not always successfully. I'm just getting reamed here. Oh well. It's always the darkest, bleakest times that really shine forward to you, doesn't it? I don't know where I'm going with this. One of my favorite foods is spaghetti. I absolutely love spaghetti. I don't know why. But I do know why I love peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly is delicious. I make it at least every day. Call me childlike if you want, but peanut butter and jelly, match made in heaven. Delicious snack. I always wash it down with a tall glass of chocolate milk. Wonderful. Peering. Anyway, water's technically non-organic, which honestly came as a surprise to me, but when you really think about it, like, nothing outright produces water, so yeah, I guess it technically is non-organic. I mean, there's the whole rain cycle, but that's more recycling than producing it. Also, isn't it weird how almost over 90% of our Earth is water, but, like, most of it is just undrinkable? I always thought, like, why? What's up with that? This time it goes a lot better for me. Kaboom. Not this time, buddy boy. Man, the shotgun is such a satisfying weapon in this game. Just absolutely shreds through enemies. I absolutely love cranberry apple juice. I nicknamed it Crapple, even though it's my favorite juice. It tastes absolutely delicious. It has the bitterness of cranberries with the sweetness of apples. Speaking of bitterness and sweetness, I like my toast burnt. This might be a weird thing to say, but I like my toast burnt. I mean, I like it when the entire face of it is just black. I don't mean like dark, I mean burnt. I always thought the bitterness of the charred remains always meshed with the sweetness of the jelly so very, very well. Just created this match made in heaven. Is that the third time I've said that, or the second? I'm gonna say it again, match made in heaven. I wonder what type of juices do you guys like? Oranges are better than apples, but pears are better than both. I love pears. Pears are hands down my favorite fruit. You know, there's an ongoing debate. Speaking of fruits and vegetables, there's a debate. Well, I don't know if it's ongoing, but I know it was at some time. There's a debate on whether or not watermelon is a fruit or a vegetable, because some people argue that it's actually a gourd, not melon, despite its name. Speaking of which, strawberry isn't a berry. Isn't that weird? Blueberries are berries, though. Does anyone else find the fact of cheese and milk just weird? I mean, we drink human milk. That's a-okay, and that's cool. I mean, I'm no vegan. Like, I drink milk. In fact, I just explained I drink a tall glass of chocolate milk. Just this very episode. Yeah, call back to like 2 minutes ago. But we drink other animals' milk, and I find that odd. Like, who first thought of that? Who first thought to just, like, take another animal's milk and drink it? Here, I'm seriously considering just jumping across, but I knew that wouldn't be good. That would just be cheating. So I went against it. I hate this part, especially during hardcore. I thought my run was going to end here and I was going to have to start again because you just can't avoid damage here. You just gotta suck it up and hope you don't die. Man, these invisible pinkies are like... Invisible pinkies were... Or specters, I guess is what they're called. Specters were annoying in the original Doom, but in Brutal Doom, they are way, way more annoying. Especially, mostly because you can only see the eyes. Whereas with classic Doom, there was like this sort of outline. They couldn't make them actually invisible. They could only make them transparent. Well, anyway, we've come to the end of our time.